And it's a special day for football this afternoon at Saints Field. Archbishop Spalding, the defending MIA A-Conference champions, come calling on the Concordia Prep Saints this afternoon. Hi again, everybody. Gary Stein filling in for Griffin Bass alongside Miles Goodman. Welcome to the season, my friend.
Thank you, Gary. It's an honor to share the booth with you today. A legend calling the game, to be here for the Concordia Saints. Big game.
Yeah.
Very big game.
I don't know about the legend part, but I am definitely glad to be here. And this is a litmus test as we talked to Concordia head coach Joe Battaglia early this morning. His team, Concordia, number 11 in the area, according to the Baltimore Sun, takes on number 2 Archbishop Spalding off a landmark win last week over Don Bosco Prep.
That was a huge win for them. Concordia coming off the win over Gilman, a big win for them. But you're right, this will test their mettle. This is going to show, I mean, it's early in the season, but this is going to show where this system, where this program has evolved to.
Battle of the quarterbacks today, and we've got a lot of action and a lot of players to talk about. But for Archbishop Spalding, literally one of the best in the country, number 4, Malik Washington. Big kid, 6'4", 215, passed for over 3,000 yards last year. Dual threat, one of the best in the nation, Power 5 offers. And Keyshawn Mister, who has really done an excellent job. I know you dubbed him Mr. Excitement, and he is. This will be an interesting battle between those two guys today.
Yeah, very interesting. They're a little, their size and stature a little bit different, but they do very similar things. They both can get out of the pocket. They both can run. They both can throw the ball. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how they come out of the gate here. Concordia has been a quick strike offense, quick strike on defense. We saw last week too. So they came out with some razzle-dazzle to start the game last week. So we'll see what they decide to do. And we're just about ready for kickoff.
On the defensive side of the football, a couple numbers to watch for Archbishop Spalding. Number 0, Keyshawn Flowers, is anything but. He's a senior, a Maryland commit, sideline to sideline, heavy in pursuit. And for Concordia Prep, what a pickup. Number 13, Ernest Willer. Both are 4-star prospects going into next year. Willer made a huge difference against Gilman last week.
Yeah, Ernest Willer was huge last week, paired with Sid Stewart on the other side of the ball, the other side of the line. They make impact on the defense.
You just saw the opening coin toss here. We're about to get this one started. Both teams are 1-0 on the season. Both teams coming off championship game appearances last year. In the A-Conference, Archbishop Spalding won their final, and they are the defending conference champs. Concordia Prep fell short to St. Mary's 21-13 in the B-Conference final, but interestingly enough, they were B-Conference champions a couple years ago. So both programs, a lot of recent success.
Yeah, when you see what Joe Battaglia has done with this program since the COVID era has ended, this is a program to be reckoned with, and it's on the upswing.
Kicking off for Concordia will be Keyshawn Mister. He'll handle the kickoffs today. Ryder Bentz, the regular kicker, is active, but will not try the long ones, the long kickoffs and the long field goals. Back deep for Archbishop Spalding, number 3, Tyler Brown, a senior defensive back. 48 minutes of football about to get underway here on a beautiful, we were just talking about this, Friday, first day of September, late summer. You can't ask for better conditions than this.
Perfect Baltimore weather.
79 degrees, not a cloud in the sky here. Just off the Beltway, 695, getting it underway here. This will be taken by Brown at about the 8-yard line, coming right up the gut. Now cuts here to the near side and swarmed under at the 25-yard line for a 17-yard return, and that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from there. Take a look at their quarterback, Malik Washington, number 4. The starting running back will be number 12, Caden Curtis. The big guy on the offensive line, 52, Jason Shipman, a senior center. The receivers, and they got a lot of them, R.J. Newton, number 11, Aaron Iguibe, number 13, big tight end, tall, lanky, Jamison Kaufman. Those are the keys for Archbishop Spalding. We'll get you the defense of Concordia in just a moment. Washington on 1st and 10 from his 25. They're in the offset eye, and quickly right off the bat, it's a pass complete to the tight end. Kaufman gets good yardage on 1st down. Pickup of about 8, almost 9. We'll call it 2nd and 1.
Interesting how Washington dropped his arm down to find the slot for the pass. It wasn't your traditional over-the-top type of throw.
And they go to the quick no huddle here on 2nd and 2, we'll call it, from the 33. Give up the gut. First man through is Caden Curtis, the running back, and Curtis slides it past the 35. That'll be first down yardage out to the 36-yard line. So 2 plays, 11 yards, first down for the Cavaliers. Archbishop Spalding coming off a landmark win last week against Don Bosco Prep, 28-14. Their quarterback, Washington, accounted for all 4 touchdowns, 3 through the air and 1 via the pass. Another pass here complete to the tight end Kaufman, short gain, out to about the 41-yard line. And that'll be a pickup of about 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6. On the defense for Concordia, the ends are where to look. 13, Ernest Willer. 1, Sid Stewart. 2 linebackers, very active. Cam Gross, Cam Allen Jones. Do have some question mark in the secondary, but look at here. Penetration from Jaden Marine, the senior defensive tackle.
He read that right from the snap. He was in the backfield as fast as the running back got the ball.
A tackle for loss on Curtis, -3 on the play. And we'll call it 3rd down and 9 from the 38. They got to get it out to about the 46. Early big 3rd down conversion here for the Cavaliers. Washington from the gun. Quick drop. Lets it fly. Got a man down there, and it's complete along the sideline. Still on his feet and down inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line. Pick up a 36 yards on the play. Pass is complete to Aaron Iguibe, who had a big game last week against Bosco. 5 catches, 2 touchdowns, and another big play here.
Yeah, he got in between the 2 defenders and just found the soft spot.
And they go quickly back to the pass again. Rush in from the end. Sid Stewart will make the sack back at the Concordia 29. -2 on the play. But the nose of the football at the 30 will actually give him -3. Malik Washington, a dual threat, had 4 rushing touchdowns last year, 29 through the air. Here's Curtis. Nice block left side, turns the corner, inside the 25, inside the 20, close to first down yardage on the far boundary. It'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, he found the hole and he followed his blockers right through.
Left tackle on that side, number 70 with the key block, Liam Lynch, a senior. Now flanked out to the far side is Ben Ligori. And now he comes slot here on the near side. 3rd down, we'll call it a yard from inside the 20. Here's Curtis battling forward, and he is going to be close to the first down. I think he's going to be just shy.
Yeah, I think he's a little short.
And that'll make it decision time here for Kyle Schmidt.
I think they go this early. No huddle. I think they're going to force the action here.
Looks like you're right. Washington in the gun on 4th. We'll call it less than a yard from the Concordia 18. And now let's see who calls the timeout. Looks like it'll be Concordia. So a nice drive put together here by the Cavaliers. They started at their 25. They've moved the football deep into Concordia territory, taken about 4 minutes, and a big 3rd down conversion kept the drive alive.
Big play in what I've seen so far, Concordia's defense, where against Gilman, we saw a lot of blitzing. I haven't really seen that kind of pressure up the middle, coming from the linebackers or any kind of safety blitzes yet. I think they're playing defense a little bit cautious right now.
I think it's due to a lot to the respect to the quarterback, Washington, with no disrespect to last week's starter, Braden Smearman. That was his first ever start in a high school game. I mean, this young man, Washington, is obviously mature, seasoned veteran. You have to take it conservatively, I think, with a quarterback like that. Now, that may change during the game, but I think off the bat, you want to take your, don't take your chances.
Yeah, they're not doing anything up front, trying to confuse them or do it. They're playing a pretty straight defense right up now.
And that is going to be the big battle along the line. This line for Archbishop Spalding, the offensive line, 4 of 5 returning starters. They're a tough, scrappy, physical bunch. They like to think of themselves as the toughest bunch in the state. And so here we go. Less than 8 minutes now to play in the first. It's 4th and short from the Concordia 18. Washington whips it to the outside, and they've got the first down. This one caught by Curtis.
They're going with a lot of quick release plays right now. They have the one long one, but everything else has been really short, really quick release.
3-yard pickup for Curtis, and you saw again, like you mentioned earlier, Miles, the quarterback Washington found that arm angle, that sidearm toss. And it's a first down from the 15. 7:28 left to go in the first. Curtis again, he's got some room. Up the gut to about the 11. Shipman on a block inside.
Curtis runs strong. He runs downhill. He's got the legs churning all the time.
Not the biggest of players, as you can see, but definitely a churner. Got 4 on that one, bring up 2nd and 6. Another quick no huddle here. And again, Curtis this time cuts it upfield inside the left tackle. Short gain, maybe to the 10. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 5 with 7 minutes left to go in the first.
I think they look for a Gube here.
This drive right now, they're at just outside the 15. It's a 60-yard drive in 9 plays for Archbishop Spalding, and it's taken up almost 6 minutes off the clock. 3rd down, we'll call it 6. They got to get to the 10. Washington, another quick toss. This one is incomplete. Pass intended for Dom Banasisi, a senior wide receiver at right around the 10. And so the clock stopped with 6:16 to go, and the field goal unit comes on for the Cavaliers. Cooper Welch.
That was a solid stop by the defense in this situation where you have the Cavaliers drive pretty much the length of the field, and then you hold them to a field goal try. I think that was a success at that point.
The holder is Paul Plauger at the 18. It'll be a 28-yard attempt for Welch. The kick is up, and the kick is no good.
That
kick is wide left.
That is a definite success for the Concordia defense to hold and then have the missed field goal and get the ball back now on offense with about 6 minutes off the clock. That's a significant turn of change of momentum right there.
So the 28-yarder is no good after an 11-play, 65-yard drive. It took 6 minutes and 15 seconds, but there's still no score. And so now Concordia will take over at the 18-yard line. Actually mark it at the 20-yard line as it comes out high school football rules. And this will give the Saints offense their first crack at a very tough Spalding defense that held one of the best offenses in the country last week, Don Bosco, to 14 points, which included a late touchdown when the score was already not in doubt. Keyshawn Mister at the controls. And the first handoff goes to the power back, Julius Cornish, wearing number 6. He tries the left side of the line and gets a couple out of that.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Key players to watch on defense for Spalding is the linebacker, number 0, Keyshawn Flowers, a relentless pursuer, sideline to sideline. He's got size, got speed, got athleticism, and he's got a commitment to the University of Maryland. 2nd down and 8 from the 22. Mister will take it himself. Bangs out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on the play. We bring up 3rd down and 4. Offensive line for Concordia, one change. Left tackle Matt Smith starts for Matt Shivers, who was hurt last week. Smith, Humphrey, Kausler, Boakai, and Miles left to right for the Saints. 3rd and 4 from the 26. Two receivers split here to the near side. Quick toss will be complete. Caught by Darian Hill. Nothing doing for Darian Hill. A loss on the play. And a quick 3 and out here for the Saints on their first possession.
Yeah, Spalding kind of had that smelled out, took care of that play, and forcing the Saints into a punt here. So we should have Ryder Benson there, I think, punting today.
Let's check the number. It looks like if it's number 10, looks like Justin Harvey. We'll have to check that. It's hard to see from here. Again, that one of the big strengths of the Archbishop Spalding defense is that secondary. They've got all 5 starters back. Tough snap here. And let's see. It doesn't really matter who collects it. The ball's going to land right there. And that's where Archbishop Spalding will take over. That is the first huge break of the afternoon.
Ryder on the carry, loss of 1.
And I think that was Ryder Bench perhaps on the punt, but it doesn't matter. Never could get it off. And Spalding takes over at the Saints' 13-yard line.
Yeah, those are the mistakes that you usually don't see that special teams from the Saints make, but it does happen. See it at the highest levels.
10s and 14.
So now the defense for Concordia under severe duress here as they have to defend their goal line. Spalding starting deep in plus territory. The give is to Curtis. Curtis on a little angle run inside left guard. Advances it to about the Concordia 10-yard line. And now Curtis comes out, and Antonio Ledbetter, a sophomore running back, checks into the backfield for the Cavaliers. 2nd down and 7 from the Concordia 10. High snap, Ledbetter. And Ledbetter corralled from the end. Nicely done. I think it was Jaden Marine who came around.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Tackle by number 36.
Give him 3 on the play down to the 7. Bring up 3rd down and 4. Washington, Kaufman. Kaufman will get in for the touchdown on the far side.
Nice fake, nice play action there. Everybody kind of bit to the inside, and the pass went outside for the touchdown.
So Malik Washington, his 4th touchdown pass of the season. This one for 7 yards to the tight end Jamison Kaufman, who's been very involved in the passing game early on. That's his 3rd catch. And the Cavaliers take advantage of the fumbled snap on the punt. And pending the extra point, lead at 6-0 here with 2:13 left in the first. Welch's kick is up and in. The extra point is good, and the lead now 7-0 for the Cavaliers.
Now it's up to your offense to change the momentum back, and it will be nice to see Concordia establish an offensive possession, an offensive drive, see them go 5-6 minutes, get some points, put some points up on the board.
The first possession for Concordia was 3 and out, and the ensuing punt was fumble. Let's get you caught up on the 2 head coaches today. Kyle Schmidt in his 11th season for Archbishop Spalding, former starting center at the University of Maryland back in the Ralph Friedgen days, back in the early 2000s. They had a couple of big bowl game wins. Went down to the Gator Bowl, the Orange Bowl. Was a graduate assistant at Maryland under Friedgen, then started his high school career at Athelton. And now in his 11th season here at Spalding, won the championship last year in the A Conference. And for Concordia, of course, Joe Battaglia, now in his 4th year, including the COVID year, son of the former high school football coach, your good friend, radio host Buzz Battaglia. And he has done a tremendous job in a short period of time here at Concordia Prep.
Yeah, absolutely. From where Concordia Prep was to where they are today, Coach Battaglia has made this a program that beyond respectable, very just totally right there. They're with the best. They can play with the best.
A lot of college experience, including the last 4 years before Concordia at Navy. Welch on the kick.
Got a hole.
Here's the return.
He's
and a hole on this one. Could go.
There he goes. Darian Hill. Darian Hill going to take it all the way. Well,
let's see if he does. He does.
Yeah, he does.
And how about that? After the special teams blunder, the special teams comes back.
Was it about 90 yards?
We'll call it 90 yards. Darian Hill, who last week was on the receiving end of the 72-yard razzle-dazzle touchdown, now on a 90-yarder.
Yeah, he cut back to the left, and he hit the hole, and everybody – there was nobody to beat until the very end.
It happened so fast, I'd love to tell you who sprung them,
Yeah.
but too fast.
No replays.
No replay.
Welcome to high school football. No replays.
And Archbishop Spalding, welcome to Concordia. How
Yeah.
about that? 6-3 pending the extra point.
That's been the MO of Concordia for the last 3 years. Big strike plays.
And look at this. Interesting call on the
Mr.
two-pointer,
in
and
for
Mr.
two.
converts.
Keyshawn Mister, when you get him into space, he is Mr. Excitement. He's fast, and he can do it all.
So just 16 seconds after Spalding took a 3-0, or correction, a 7-0 lead, the Concordia Prep Saints come back with a special teams touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and they lead at 8-7 on the Cavaliers.
Interesting call by Coach Battaglia to go for 2 in that situation.
And not only that, but the formation.
And the formation. Everybody's set up left. I was actually from here looking to try to see where they were set up, because I was looking for the kicker, and then I saw Mr. Excitement over on, set up towards the middle of the field. And that's what you have to do with Mr. If you get him in space one-on-one, he is impossible to catch.
Well, and that was it, because Mr. When the whole line was over to the left, it was basically 3-on-3.
Isolated, yeah.
And so in that situation, he's not going to be caught.
Then it's just a race to the corner, and he's going to win that race 99 out of 100 times.
Tyler Brown back deep. Mr. will kick it off. What doesn't he do, right?
Nice kick.
Brown back at about the 7. Correction, the 3 will field it. He's got some room. Tyler Brown to the outside. Across the 30, some flags are down. May have a face mask penalty here. And he is finally ridden out of bounds at the 31, but let's see what the call is. Could be a hold as well. Our officials today, the referee is Bill Worthington. The umpire is John Powers. The line judge is Rob Friedman. The back judge is Charles Levi. And the side judge is Lionel Jenkins.
The initial signal looks like it's against the Cavaliers.
And it is a hold. Bill Worthington makes the call, so let's see. That's 2 fouls on the play. It's 2 holds, so the first one is declined, the second one is taken. They'll mark it. It's a spot foul. They'll mark it from the 19 and put it down half the distance to the 10. So it was a 16-yard return for Brown, and the 10-yard penalty moves it back to the 10-yard line, and the Spalding Cavaliers will start deep in their own territory, first down and 10.
So with 1:37 to go in the first quarter, we're almost where we started.
1-point differential right now is the 2-point conversion.
Oh, no penalty. Let's not get a flag there.
And up the middle, Jaden Marine says absolutely
Yeah.
no way. Caden Curtis was stopped dead in his tracks, no gain on the play. And, it's interesting, Miles, with a defense that has stars like Willer and Stewart, you almost overlook a guy like Jaden Marine, but you need that guy. You need that nose guard.
Yeah. They're very solid. I mean, some of these guys have been back several years. They've been to the championship game. They've had the experience.
Second down and 10 from the 10, Washington. Quick toss, pass complete. Igwebe out across the 20. Looks like he's got some first down yardage.
That's the play that the Cavaliers seem to like. It's going to be a lot of quick release, short passes, finding the soft spot in the zone.
4 receivers here, 3 to the near side. Fumble on the play. Washington, and who's got it? Looks
Concordia.
like Concordia has it. And they do. Let's pick it up for you. It's Matt Smith, number 75, who picks up the fumble from the quarterback, Washington. And how about this field position now for the Saints?
And that's the way to stay with the play. He could have given up on that ball when it looked like Washington had recovered his own fumble, but he stayed with the play. The ball came loose and he jumped on it. Heads up play. Who got to the?
I didn't get the number of who forced it. Would love to see the replay, but we have what we have.
Yeah. We'll go to the little board.
First down and 10 for Concordia Prep at the 13-yard line. A new quarterback in there for the Saints. It is Justin Harvey up under center, number 10.
One of the running backs.
And a quick toss here to the near side. It's Kevin Montague, who carried the load last week against the Gilman Greyhounds. And he's got a short pickup here on 1st and 10. And that may be the last play here of the first quarter. So some big plays.
Huge plays.
In the first quarter, Miles. The fumble punt snap set up Spalding on a short touchdown drive, and then immediately the kick return 90 yards for Hill. The defense creating a fumble here.
Yeah, today's the kind of day, too. It's either bringing out the water. Today's the kind of day you have to make sure you stay hydrated. Get plenty of water, because before you know it, third, fourth quarter rolls around and you start cramping up on days like today.
And we talked to Joe Battaglia about this earlier. You know, the depth situation between these two teams. Spalding comes in, they bring over 60 players. Concordia Prep basically has 50. Everybody's got talent, but then when you get down to those last 10 or 12 guys, that really makes a difference in a game like this.
As Earl Weaver used to say, deep
depth.
Yeah. For a lot of you who don't remember who Earl Weaver is.
That's you and me, baby.
Yeah. Deep depth. That's a big key to winning. And when you can suit up 60 guys, you get in the fourth quarter on a hot day, it makes a difference. You can go 3 and 4 deep in certain positions.
Touchdown for Spalding in the first quarter was a pass from Washington to Kaufman, the 7-yarder. The point after from Welch made it 7-0. But then on the ensuing kickoff, Darian Hill lit up the crowd with a 90-yard return for a touchdown. And the 2-point conversion from Washington, from Mister, was good. And the Concordia Prep Saints have an 8-7 lead, and they've got the football after Washington gave it up on a fumble recovered by Matt Smith.
So I'm a little curious because Mister's not in. It looks like Harvey's still in at quarterback.
Harvey is up under center. Quick pitch here from Montague. And Montague skirts the right side inside the 10 to about the 9. See if you can put the glasses on and see what's going on the Concordia bench, but you're absolutely right. In right now is Justin Harvey, listed as a running back / linebacker, a senior. Keyshawn Mr. Excitement. I do see him.
Standing up on
I
sidelines.
do see him on that side.
This is probably a pre-planned package of some sort, but yeah, it's a surprise package.
Cam Jones is in the backfield now behind Harvey on 3rd and about 6 from the 10. And again, it's Montague. Montague, can he get around the end? Not really.
Nope.
Lost it down at about the 8. That'll bring up 4th down and 4. And it'll be decision time here for Battaglia. Looks like he is keeping the offense on the field, at least for the moment. And it looks like they will. Julius now coming in with the play.
It's an interesting set of downs.
With the backup quarterback Harvey on the field. And again, Cam Jones is the lone back in the backfield. Montague is split to the left. Everybody in tight. Cornish in there as well. Destin Mitchell, the tight end on the near side. And now a timeout taken here by the Saints.
This is really an interesting sequence because Keyshawn Mister is your go-to guy. He's listed on the roster as athlete. So he's not only your quarterback, he can running back, he can catch the ball, he can punt, he can quick kick, he can kind of do it all. It's interesting that he's not on the field in this situation. He's in the huddle, he looks healthy, so it's not like this has to be a pre-planned set of downs that they've kind of worked out.
I like Concordia's resilience so far, Miles. They had the fumbled snap on special teams. They come back with the kick return for a touchdown. They allowed a long drive to Spalding on the first drive. They come up with a quick turnover. You got to love that.
Yeah, sometimes you can be defeated by that and just go, we can't compete. But they have been resilient. This is my 3rd year doing it, and this team has never laid down. I've seen them down 21-3, and they came back in the second half against St. Mary's and just turned the tables on them and won. They've been powerful like that
Mister back on the field here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th and 4. And Mister is pulled down from behind. Ty McKiver, a senior lineman for the Cavaliers, a tackle for loss back to the 10. And how about that from Archbishop Spalding
Very
holding
nice.
the Saints?
Nice defensive stand there by the Cavaliers. That's what they needed there to keep it, stay within a 1 score. Because my guess is if the Saints had scored, they go for 2 again. It's maybe 16-7. So this way, it's only a 1-point game.
All right, here come Spalding now from the 10-yard line. This is Curtis, finds a hole up the middle. Bangs it out across the 15. Official puts it at the nose of the ball on the 15. We'll call it a pickup of 5. Again, no huddle here for Washington. And it's Curtis again, backside. Pressure put down by Stewart.
Sidney Stewart is tough. I've watched him evolve as a player, and he is just tough.
Looks like we have an injured Saint on the field. I don't want to speculate on the number, so we'll wait on that. Sidney Stewart, a great story, Miles, as you know, talking to Joe Battaglia today. The son of Stephen Stewart played basketball at Coppin State. Now he's an assistant coach to his brother Larry, who just took over for Juan Dixon at the West Baltimore School. And it's funny, you asked Joe if Sidney plays basketball. He said no.
Plays lacrosse.
I find that to be so funny.
Plays lacrosse. Although lacrosse is such a hot. I mean, in this area, basketball is hot, but so is Jaden Marine is up and walking off on his own power.
Thankfully, that would be a big loss. He's had a huge game so far for Concordia, but it looks like he'll be okay. Third down, we'll call it 4 from the 16 for Archbishop Spalding, the number 2 team in the area. Baltimore Sun preseason poll, St. Francis number 1. Concordia, by the way, number 11. Their big competition in the B Conference, Miles, St. Mary's, number 9. And now here's a penalty pre-snap. Offsides is going to be the call on the Saints. And that 5-yard penalty after it's marched off is going to give Spalding a 1st and 10.
Those don't look like much in the stat book, but they hurt.
They are huge.
On a 3rd and 4, and you just give them the 1st down. They hurt.
Line of scrimmage is now the 22 with 9:15 left in the half. Another quick toss here. Pass complete. Igwebe, who had the big week last week against Don Bosco.
He's quick and fast, and he gets into the lane. You have to watch him. I mean, he's already set up and ready. He's tough to handle.
Pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2. Another quick toss. This one complete again. This time it's to the tight end Kaufman, 1st down yardage.
They're setting up to go long. All these short, and then you're gonna go for the home run.
Pickup of 5 to the 35. Another quick toss complete. Kaufman again, big hit at the 41.
Noah Robinson.
He's played well. Battaglia singled him out in our call this morning. Gain of 5 to the 40. 2nd down and 5. Again, no huddle look here from Spalding as they have marching up and down the field. This drive started at their 10. Another quick toss. This one incomplete. Miscommunication between Igwebe and Washington.
8:13 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Bring up 3rd down and 5 from the 35.
It's a big 3rd down because I think if you stop them on this 3rd down, I don't know if this is territory where you go for it on 4th down. Although we have seen teams, high school, we've seen them go for it here, but I don't think that in this point of the game, I don't think that's where you would do it.
Line of scrimmage, the Cavalier 40.
Blitzes.
3rd down and 5. Another quick toss here. This one is complete. And again, that is going to be 1st down yardage for Spalding. 88, Zion Louder a junior receiver, picks up 10 to midfield, and that'll keep the drive alive. Another quick toss again, this one behind Igwibe.
Well, it's,
Second down and 10.
it is fast moving. You barely get time to figure out what happened on the last play, and they're already in set for the next play.
Cam Allen Jones and Jalen Harcum were in coverage in the area. Second down and 10 from midfield. Clock says 7:18 left to go in the first half. Our score 8-7, the Saints on top of Archbishop Spalding, and the difference right now is the 2-point conversion from Keyshawn Mister after the 90-yard kick return for a touchdown by Darian Hill.
Got a little breather here with the incomplete pass.
And it just goes to show you, Miles, how football is a 3-unit game. The Saints offense has not really been able to get on track, but they have the lead.
Yeah, and they've barely had the ball.
I think this is an official's timeout
Yeah, that's what
here.
it looks like. The official's looking up at the press box.
I think they're looking at the clock, asking if the clock is accurate, and they're putting some time back on the clock
Put
now.
5 seconds back on.
7:23 is the official time left here in the half. Second down and 10 from midfield for Archbishop Spalding. And now the officials again. I think he wants, well, now they
Oh,
put it back to 7:18.
7:18.
Kind of where we started,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that was. Oh, back to 7:23.
Da-dun, 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 da-dun.
I don't know. Might have played one of those numbers in the lottery.
7:18 and 23. Second and 10 from midfield. Washington drops again, sidearm toss. This one again complete.
Yeah, it is just short pass, short pass, short pass, but they're 5-6 yards every time.
Take what the defense gives you. And right now the DBs for Concordia playing off the ball. Or I should say off the line.
Yeah, they might have to tighten that up a little bit.
Gain of 7 on the play down to the Concordia Prep 43. Timeout on the field. It's a big third down here. Now you're in territory, perhaps, Miles, where if you don't convert on third, you do go on fourth.
Yeah, I would think here you're in no man's land. You're not punting's not going to accomplish a lot. You're not definitely not in field goal range. I would think fourth down. If you get to fourth down, you're going for it here.
Big if. This Spalding offense, very prolific. A lot of talent on the outside, a lot of talent in the backfield. Big, sturdy offensive line. 4 out of 5 starters back, including the center, Jason Shipman. I talked to Kyle Schmidt, their head coach, before the game, and Kyle was a center at the University of Maryland. He takes a special interest. He doesn't call the plays, but he takes a special interest in that O-line. Another quick drop, and this one incomplete. Let's see if there's a flag. No flag on this one. Cam Gross was in coverage, had his back to the thrower, though. And this will bring up fourth down and 3 from the Concordia 43.
This would be a huge stop right here and get the ball back, give it to your offense with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter.
It's a 47-yard drive that started from the 10 for Archbishop Spalding. Showing blitz.
Jumped off sides.
Second offsides call in this drive, Miles.
For first downs.
For a first down, exactly
turned
right.
into first downs. And in the book, it'll show as 10 yards of penalties total, but
Huge.
they extended to 2 drives.
A.J. Anderson was showing blitz on that one. Quick toss here to the near side. Got some room. Igwibe, who's been very active in the first half, stretches it inside of the 30 to the 28-yard line. That is a pickup good enough for first down yardage. That's got to be the 4th or 5th catch for Igwibe in this game. He had 5 the other day against Don Bosco. This one a little bit behind and incomplete. Pass was intended for number 11, R.J. Newton. Brings up second down and 10. Haven't really called the name of Ernest Willer yet on defense for Concordia. It looks like the Spalding offensive line doing a good job paying attention to him. Willer, number 13, one of the top rush end linebacker / defensive ends in the country. a consensus 4-star recruit. Transfer from IMG, native of Middle River, the cousin of Sam Boakai, who plays on the offensive line for
Intercepted.
Concordia. Ooh, incomplete. Pass intended for Newton. Big hit there. Andre Dotson with the hit, as well as Cam Gross was there. Also 21. Ricardo Winchester was in the area.
When you see that ball get bobbled around and there were several red jerseys around there, you just were hoping maybe.
3rd down and 10 from the Saints 28. Big 3rd down here. 6:05 left in the half. Washington, quick drop, quick toss. Complete. Kaufman, they just wanted to get something out of it.
It's 4
And
down
they're probably going to go,
Oh, yeah,
so they just
absolutely.
wanted to make it a makeable 4th.
Yeah. And watch another slant, little slant, 6-7 yards. And they just continue to be in the hurry up.
Pick up a 5 down to the 23, brings up 4th and 5 for the Cavaliers from the Saints 23. Did they get him? They got him.
Jumped again.
Third offsides call on 3rd or 4th down that result in a 1st down for Archbishop Spalding. And Miles, you're absolutely right. Tomorrow you'll see it's 3 for 15, but you have no idea that it happened all in the same drive.
Right, all in the same drive and all for 1st downs.
Line of scrimmage now the 19. Well, now the official going to back it up to the 20.
So it's still, is it 4th down? It's 4th and
Fourth
and a
and 1.
couple.
Yeah. They have to get it to the 19 for a 1st down, so 4th down and 1. Curtis has 1st down yardage.
Got it.
See where they mark it here, but the drive is alive. Jade Marine back on the field for Concordia made the stop. Football at the 17 of Concordia with about 5 minutes left to go in the half. First down and 10, Archbishop Spalding. Washington pursued by Stewart. Flings it. This one is incomplete. Kaufman was wide open, but let's see who made the play. I'm trying to track him and trying to track the number. It was deflected 14, I believe. Darian Hill.
Darian Hill. And Harcum was in the area, I think, there too.
Well, they combined on the coverage. Well done. That had touchdown written all over it.
When he released the ball, it looked like he had found the spot, the soft spot. He was waiting for the ball.
Good arm strength by Washington.
Beautiful
on that
pass.
One. 2nd down and 10. Here's Curtis. Sweep. Got some room inside the 15. Correction, not Curtis. 20 on the carry. That's Antonio Ledbetter. Ledbetter picks up about 5. We'll call it 3rd and 6 now from the 13-yard line. They need to get it inside the 9 for a 1st down.
It's been a long drive time-wise.
No, it started at their 10.
Another timeout, Concordia. Yes.
Concordia's 2nd timeout of the 1st half. I believe Spalding is 3rd timeout. So they're out of timeouts. Concordia now out of timeouts here in the 1st half. How many for Spalding? 1, I believe. We'll check it.
Well, I think it's a good time to use a timeout. You give your defense a little bit of a breather, and you got to get the game plan here, get the play in on defense that you want. Hopefully the right matchup. And with 3 minutes, 42 seconds to go in the half, maybe the way the high school ball and the 1st downs and the clock stops, so it's not as critical to have those timeouts in your pocket as it is at the NFL level.
Spalding comes out with Washington at quarterback. Curtis is in the backfield.
Spalding moves quickly. There's no waiting around on offense.
Ikwibe and Zion Louder are flanked to the far side. Here's Kaufman now in motion to the far side. Washington rolls to the far side. And
Got him.
Washington tosses complete. Touchdown in the corner of the end zone. Zion Louder, 88, with the score, the junior wide receiver. A 17-yard touchdown catch, and the Cavaliers now have the lead.
Washington made that play. I mean, great throw. That was pure arm strength to get the ball there that quickly.
Yeah, you see what everybody sees when they look at Washington at quarterback, and now it looks like they'll keep the offense on the field here for potential two-pointer.
Yeah, that was a big league play. Roll like that, isolated, and then deliver the ball right on the money.
Washington looking for the call. It's a 5-point lead right now for Spalding, 13-8. So it does make sense to go for two. Inside toss to the tight end, Kaufman, and the two-point conversion is successful.
Nice play. That was another. That was a high-level looking play there too. That little pitch on the inside, a little pass, and it worked.
Our score: Archbishop Spalding 15, and Concordia Prep 8. A 17-yard touchdown from Malik Washington to Zion Louder. The two-point conversion, a little inside shovel pass from Washington to Kaufman. The second touchdown pass for Washington today. He's got 5 on the season, and he's got a rushing touchdown as well. And so with 3:09 to go in the first half, Spalding leads it by 7.
And Washington put the ball up a lot on that drive, included with the big touchdown pass. But there were so many short, quick release plays on that drive. And then you have the 3 penalties for first downs, which those are just one penalty for a first down in a drive is usually hard to overcome, let alone 3. But now you get the ball back. You got 3 minutes, 9 seconds to get a score back up there, keep the game close going into halftime. It would be great to keep the ball until halftime and get a score.
The last time Cooper Welch teed it up from the 40, Darian Hill teed it up himself from the 10. A 90-yard return. Let's see what happens here. Hill is back deep along with Kevin Montague for the Saints. And they keep it away this time. It'll come down to Montague at the 16. And Kevin Montague has some room. And he bolts it out to about the 33-yard line. Good field position here for Concordia. Clock reads 3:03 left to play in the half.
Be a good time for the Concordia offense to establish a drive, rather result in a field goal, touchdown, just a really, it's time that you need to do it. You need to keep the defense off the field. Defense has been on the field for, I don't have a time of possession clock, but they're definitely need a little rest on the sidelines right now.
Here's a little bit something different from Joe Battaglia. He's got Kevin Montague, the lead running back, split out here to the near side.
Yeah.
It's a 3-receiver set, and it'll be a keeper by Mister across the 35, pick up a 3 out to the 36. Second down and 7. Haven't called the name of the tight end Destin Mitchell yet, who had a big first down catch last week against Gilman.
Yeah, we really haven't called the wide receivers.
Really anybody, yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen Harcum, nobody.
Well, the offense hasn't had the ball very much. And then the series down by the end zone, Keyshawn Mister wasn't in there, except for fourth down.
That was after the fumble by the quarterback Washington for Archbishop Spalding gave the Saints the ball at the 13 of the Cavaliers. They could not convert. Second down and 7 here from the 36. 2:20 left in the half.
Little play action.
Mister on the run. And did he keep his feet in bounds? He did not. Pass was intended for
Got a
Hill.
flag.
Penalty marker in the backfield here. This could be against the Cavaliers. Ethan Boston was in pursuit of the quarterback, Keyshawn Mister. And let's wait for Bill Worthington to see the call.
Personal foul.
It is a personal foul. Roughing the passer is the call. This is a big penalty. This is a 15-yarder. And it stops the clock with 1:53 to go.
First and 10, Concordia prep.
They take it from the 36 of Concordia to the 49 of Archbishop Spalding. A 15-yard penalty, a first down by penalty. And now all of a sudden, the Saints are in business at the Spalding 49. Montague split to the near side, Hill to the far side, along with Jalen Harcum. The back here is Cornish. Pass is incomplete.
Wide receiver fell down.
Intended for Hill at the 40. Clock stops with 1:45 left in the half. Now, I could be wrong about this, Miles, but I think that first down by penalty just now on the roughing call was their first down of the game.
I think you're right, actually. I think that was the first offensive, first down of the game.
This is only their third possession. Quarterback run here, design play, well sniffed out by Spalding. Keon Flowers, a senior linebacker, limits Mister to maybe 2 to the 47. We'll call it 3rd down and 8, a long 8 at that. Clock continues to run, coming up on a minute left here in the first half.
Yeah, and Concordia has no timeouts left, so essentially the clock is their enemy if they continue this drive.
No, they need first downs. Stop that clock at least momentarily. 3 receiver set here on 3rd and long.
Comes a blitz.
Nice pickup.
Turn it up.
And Mister, I don't know if he's got the first
I don't
down.
know.
Let's
Very
see.
Close.
He is.
Oh,
Yes,
we got
they
a
give it
first
to him
down.
right at the 38-yard line. Pickup of 9 on the play for Mister on a long 3rd down.
So the clock stops with 37 seconds to go while they reset.
And that is the longest play from scrimmage so far this afternoon for the Saints.
They have time. They're in business. 39-yard line. At least get yourself in position for a field goal.
Key block on the play from Cornish here on the near side, which sprung Mister to the sideline. 1st and 10 from the Spalding 39. Quick give, nothing doing to Cornish, who's gotten the bulk of the work today. Maybe 1. Got to line up quick here. Clock continues to run, 25.
You got good field position. You don't want to. Well, clock is still running. They have maybe 1 or 2. Well, maybe this might be the last play.
Having a little trouble getting set here. Yeah, it might be the last play. You got to take a shot here if it is. 8 seconds now,
that's
7
a lot
and
of
counting.
time. A lot of time ran off the clock there. 4.
This will be the last play. Mister forced to take it himself. Mister getting out of bounds, and that should do it. Zeros on the clock here at the end of the first half. Pickup of 6 on the play, but that'll do it. Our score at the half. Well, let's see. Are they keeping time on the field because they're still going to line up here?
Maybe it's like soccer, and we're in extended time now.
What's it called? Penalty time?
Yeah,
or
penalty
no,
time.
not penalty time.
I thought it was like extended time.
Yeah, extended time, yeah.
Yeah.
Extra time.
Yeah.
All right, so the clock reads zeros, but there is still time on the clock. Don't know how much exactly.
Maybe it's that 5 seconds that they were
Going back and
yeah,
forth.
7:18 and 7:23.
Line of scrimmage to 34. It's 3rd down and 5. Mister again looking for some hole. He's going to turn
Got
the corner.
the
Yes, he
corner.
does. 30, 25, 20. And if there's still time left on the clock, they're at the 20-yard line. That is a 15-yard pickup for Mister.
Wow, very interesting because it's hard to.
He's got 30 yards. They're keeping the
Right.
clock on the field. Do we know how much time or no? We do not know how much time.
Yeah, that's interesting because it makes it really hard to assess what's going on. Jumped.
Let's see if he was drawn off. I don't believe he
I don't
was.
think
It is
so.
offsides. Now all of a sudden, again, we
Yeah,
don't know how
it's
much
really-
time is left, but it's down to the 15-yard line. So 30 yards rushing on 3 attempts for Mister in this drive.
Well, he's explosive, and once you get him, once he gets to the corner, he gets turned up and he gets follow block. He hard to bring down, but not knowing the game time situation makes it hard to know what they're going to do.
Concordia from the 15, 1st and 5. Pass is incomplete. Intended for, looks like Destin Mitchell was on the receiving end. Good coverage back there. Jaden Ships, a junior, brings up 2nd down and 5 from the 15. Offense still on the field. Again, time on the clock says 0, so the official time being kept on the field by the referee. This will technically be a run as the pass was behind the line of scrimmage for Montague.
A late flag.
Some laundry on the field. Nice defensive play by Trent Gillis, the junior DB. Loss on the play, but let's see what the call is. Oh, this is killer. A holding call against the Saints offense. And again, Ryder Bentz has been nursing a bit of a leg injury.
I've seen Ryder Bentz hit field goals. I think about 45 yards was his max last season that I saw. He definitely has big leg. He can hit them. Then there doesn't appear to be any weather conditions. The flags are straight down. So if they, where's the ball spotted now? Where are we at the?
Well, the original line of scrimmage was the 15.
So it's 25. So it's about a 42, 43-yard field goal if we get to that point. Just don't know what the clock situation is, the clock time.
But here's an interesting thing. The Archbishop Spalding team has declined the penalty. They'll take the play, a loss of 4, back to the 19, and bring up 3rd down and 9 from the 19-yard line. So Kyle Schmidt electing to decline the penalty. Mister from the gun. Design run here for Keyshawn Mister. Keeps his balance, but falls at about the 15. And I think that's it as far as the first half is concerned. Well, they say a timeout now, so it'll be 4th down from just outside
So
the 15.
Archbishop Spalding would have had to call that timeout because Concordia was out of timeout.
Concordia didn't have any left.
So why?
So why would they call the timeout?
I don't know. I'm confused. It's fourth down. So, and the ball is at the 16. So it's about a 33-yard, 34-yard field goal possibly. But it doesn't appear that Concordia.
We don't see any evidence of that happening. So it looks like the Saints will have another down here to play. And they keep the offense out on the field on 4th and 6. They got to get the 10 for the first down. They got to get 16 for the touchdown. Again, keeping clock on the field. We don't know how much time is left. Mister pressured on the edge. Mister around the edge. Tosses complete to Harcum, who holds on to the ball, gets inside the 10 for a first down, and let's see what's still left here for Concordia to work with.
There must be time.
Harcum, pickup of 8. Concordia now in the hurry-up on 1st and goal. And now Kyle Schmidt calls a timeout. He is not pleased. And that has got to be their final timeout.
Yeah, this is one of the more unusual ends to the half that I've seen when the clock's not operational. The opponent is called 2 timeouts with the ball within the 20-yard line, but we don't know how much time there was that would the clock have run out, continued to run and run out. Because it didn't seem like anything weird had happened with the clock during the half. It seemed to have moved accordingly.
Well, the result of all of this is the ball is at about the 9-yard line. Pickup of 6 on the previous play. It did give Concordia the 1st and goal. When the offense back out on the field, Hill and Harcum both split to the near side. 2 backs, Montague and Cornish. Mitchell on the far side. Mister will take it himself, has a hole. Mister inside the 5 to about the 4. And again, there must be some time and quick reset here for the Saints. 2nd and goal from the 4. Same formation. Let's see if it's the same play. Mister again, this time he'll throw. Corner incomplete. May have been deflected. Cy Johnson, a sophomore DB, may have got a hand on it. Pass was intended for Hill in the corner. 3rd and goal from just inside the 5. I mean, we must have run 8 or 9 plays since the clock read 0.
Yeah. And we thought that the half was coming to an end, and that was the rush. And then turns out there's got to be a couple of minutes or left, 5 minutes or left.
Mister, can he get there? Mister?
He looks like he broke the plane. That's
See what the call is. Touchdown. It is a touchdown for the Saints.
What a wild end to the half. And now do you go for 1 or you go for 2? But what a wild ending to the half.
15-14, Keyshawn Mister from about 5 yards out.
That was a heck of a run, too. He got that last half yard on his – that was just sheer athleticism to get that last half yard.
I'd love to know how much time is left.
I don't know, 8 minutes to go in the first half? I don't know.
We got plenty of time left. And here's that formation again with the line set all the way to the left, and now they come back more
Oh, yeah, Ryder Bentz is
uniform.
in the kick.
Sit down, and the kick is, I don't believe, yes. Oh, he snuck it in there.
Well, that was a low-line drive.
Absolutely was. The point after is good.
That was like right down the left field line, just hugging the foul line there. That's it. But it's a point. It gets in there. It's all that matters.
And guess what? We don't know how much time is left, but we're tied at 15.
And we're
we
kicking
know that.
off. We're kicking off. What a drive. It's one of those ones that you sort of need to sit back and remember what happened because we were kind of thought we were up against the clock, but we must have had an extra 4 minutes on the clock because it's running time.
Right. They got to run 10 plays at least.
Yeah. I mean, how many plays plus 2 timeouts
Spalding.
by Spalding? That's a head scratcher. I'll have to watch this again on YouTube, the YouTube replay.
Trying to see where the clock went south.
Yeah, because it didn't appear to be doing anything unusual. It seemed like time was progressing. We'd look at 9 minutes, 7 minutes.
The only thing really was that 7:18 to 7:23 back to 7:18, but even that, what's that, 5 seconds?
But the clock, even if there was an injury, the clock runs during all those type of things anyway. So I'm not sure what would have been the big difference. So now Ryder Bentz is kicking off.
So Bentz is in the game for the kickoff here. They'll kick it to Tyler Brown back deep. They squib it.
So there mustn't be much time on the fumble.
Brown does pick it up. Brown got a couple of nice moves, but he is swarmed under the red jerseys of Concordia Prep. And it looks like will there be some offense here or no?
It appears there will be. There's some tempers flaring a little bit around the 35-yard line here.
Well, now it looks like Spalding is going off the field, so that should be the end. I'm going to say this with some degree of confidence. That's the end of the first half. Our score is Spalding 15, Concordia 15. What an interesting end to the first half. I'll tell you what, let's lay out for a minute here. We'll catch our breath, come back and put a bow on the first half and look ahead to half number 2 when we return.
Well, then you had 3 out of bounds.
so I did a game for McDonald's with Singer.
Yeah, I remember that too. That was 74. Yeah, that was their year at our place.
Do you know who the sideline reporter was? Tim Williams, the guy who's on Channel 13.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing it.
You helped me out in that game because you called my name. And it was my friend George who recovered the fumble. He's to this day is still pissed at me.
Don't let him anywhere
You're
near
like,
me.
that's Buzz's kid. was your call. And it's been a thing ever since.
That's funny.
It was one of the things I'm sitting over there talking.
See, that's the one thing about high school. You know, after doing college and pro for years, like the support you get, you never get in high school. It's
No.
all you.
No, it's just fun for me because
It's fun for me too. I don't.
it's fun for me that you did that, and I was 5 inches away.
Almost.
Almost had
It
it.
was the almost had it, and he got it.
That's funny.
That's like I got the Concordia roster like 2 days ago, so I didn't really know
You're ahead
what.
of me. Probably like 2:30.
No, well, Jenna, I was texting with Jenna, and then it's like, then she texted me and like, John's gonna be here at 3:15. I was like, okay.
Yeah, and that was when I was sitting at the Beltway at York Road, sitting.
Well, the Beltway was backed up.
Well, there was oil spill or something.
It's always something.
Yeah.
Yep. Halftime here at Saints Field on the campus of Concordia Prep. Gary Stein along with Miles Goodman. We got a good one, 15 all at the end of the first 24 minutes. At least we think it was 24 minutes, right? Just to recap, the last couple minutes of that first half, they were keeping the time on the field. So even though the time said 0 on the clock, they did have some time left on the field, and so Concordia was able to come back and negotiate a nice drive for that touchdown to tie it up at 15. And I'll tell you, we saw a lot in that first half in terms of special teams plays, great defensive plays, long touchdown drives, a great arm from the quarterback Malik Washington, and good poise by Keyshawn Mister to get that drive to fruition and score the touchdown.
Yeah, there was a lot going on in that first half. We saw a lot from Malik Washington. We saw arm strength. We saw quick release. We saw a lot of athleticism there. We saw his receivers have really good hands and can really find the spot in the zone. Concordia's defense was on the field for a long time, spent a lot of time on the field. That last drive, the last Concordia drive, I thought started with 3 minutes to go, but due to all the clock malfunctions,
yeah.
how long the drive must have been about a 5-minute drive, aided by a couple of penalties. But Keyshawn Mister earned that touchdown. That last his last run to get into the end zone was that was all him. He put his shoulder down and he punched it in for that last half yard to break the plane. So we saw a lot. We saw the special teams, the big play. We saw a lot of football in that first half, and the penalties were just a couple of they were correctable. They were the jump off sides, and that's just being over anxious. And there's that's easily correctable, and but there weren't any egregious mistakes. It was just part of what happens on a football field.
Watching Ryder Bentz just warm up here. He's kicking from about 37, has made that last one. And so we'll see what the condition of his leg is. That could come into play, late in the game, tied to 15 right now. It could be look at that. That's a nice kick there. That one would have been good from about 45.
I think that's
that's theirs. Yeah.
There's just
exactly.
there's so much red on the field today.
Cooper Welch. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
But although Ryder Bentz it was his non-kicking leg that he had hurt, his left leg. So he definitely has the leg strength and to kick 40, 45 yarders. The game comes down to it. That's why almost in that, not knowing the time situation on that last drive, there were multiple times I thought, it's time to get Ryder Bentz in there, kick go for the field goal and get to the locker room. But obviously there was more time on the clock than we thought, and Coach Battaglia handled that last drive, and his offensive coordinator handled that last drive perfectly because they only gave time then for the kickoff after the touchdown.
Let's get the scoring plays for you in the first half. After a fumbled snap on a punt, set up Spalding deep in Concordia territory. The quarterback, Malik Washington, hit Jamison Kaufman, the tight end, for a 7-yard touchdown. Point after was good, 7-0 early for Spalding. But then on the ensuing kickoff, Darian Hill picked it up at the 10 and rambled 90 yards for the touchdown to give, and then the 2-point conversion from Keyshawn Mister made it 8-7 Concordia at that time. Second quarter, after a great defensive stand by Spalding, after a fumble by the quarterback Washington set Concordia up deep in Cavalier territory, they held and then started a drive from their own 10. They went 90 yards in 15 plays. Washington to Zion Louder, a 17-yard touchdown. The 2-point conversion was an inside shovel pass to Kaufman. It was 15-8 Spalding at the time. Late first half, with clock being kept on the field, a beautiful drive authored by Keyshawn Mister resulted in a Mister 5-yard touchdown run. Miles said it good earlier. He basically shouldered his way into the end zone just before the clock, and the point after was good, and that's how we get tied at 15 after the first 24 minutes of play.
I'm really interested to talk to Coach Battaglia either after the game or during the week and find out on the drive where after they recovered the fumble and they had the ball deep in Spalding's territory and Mister wasn't under center. I just wonder if that was a preset downs or did Keyshawn was he a little nicked up, because he's the kind of talent that you don't typically take off the field. So I just wondered what they saw at that point to make that adjustment and then bring Keyshawn Mister back in on 4th down.
Justin Harvey was up under center for the first 3 downs of that drive. And again, that drive netted no points for Concordia after they started at about the Spalding 13-yard line. So second half now, let's look at one of our key matchups and just kind of assess quarterback play. What did you see from Malik Washington? We talked about him in the open. What did you see from Keyshawn Mister?
Well, Malik Washington had an excellent half. Quick release, a couple of the long balls he threw were spot on, strong arm. Keyshawn Mister, I'd like to see more. I mean, when you get him to the corner running, he's explosive, and it took the offense a little while because basically the offense was off the field for a significant amount of time. The offense really didn't get, like I think you pointed out during the first half, they didn't get their first down, and it was by penalty, and it might have been on that was it on that final touchdown?
It was on the final drive, yeah.
So that was finally they were able to get Keyshawn Mister into what he does best. A little bit of running. He's really explosive around the sidelines, and I thought I know he can do more, but this is a very difficult Cavalier defense that he's up against.
Keyshawn Mister had unofficially at least 40 yards rushing on that final drive that resulted in the 5-yard touchdown that tied the game up at 15. Two teams now back out on the field. We've got 24 minutes left to go. And again, let's take a look at the clock here. The clock says zero right now.
Yeah.
So they may be keeping time on the field again here in the second half. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that makes it a little difficult when you're in the booth and you're trying to assess situations, and when you don't know the time, that makes it a little difficult to assess. Especially when you get towards the end of the half. Oh, nope, now we got time up there.
All right, so we'll start with
That
12 minutes on the clock. I was about to say we shall overcome, but in this case, they're going to start it with 12 minutes. So,
well, now we get the ball to start to start second half, and we'll see if we can establish that rhythm, that momentum that we had at the end of the first half, where most of the plays were going for positive yardage. And I would like to see if we can start utilizing the receivers to some degree, because we have some explosive receivers on as targets.
Hill and Montague back deep. Here comes Welch, the approach.
Little pooch kick again.
Short kick taken it to 21 by Montague. Nice move to get outside 30. And Kevin Montague, the big running back for Concordia,
Yep.
sets up the Saints at about the 32-yard line. It'll be first down and 10.
Definitely kicking away from Darian Hill.
Again, Hill, the big 90-yard return for the touchdown. They do mark it at the 30-yard line. Mister will come in at quarterback.
So if they can establish a rhythm here and have a drive that takes off 4, 5, 6 minutes, put up some points, that would be a really good follow-up to that final drive of the first half.
Front three for Spalding, 56, Zach Philpott, 15, Ty McKiver, and 30, Delmar White, a junior. The big linebacker, of course, Keyshawn Flowers, patrolling the middle. Here's Mister. Keeps it himself across the 30 to about the 32, maybe 33-yard line. Flowers was in pursuit. Also, Trent Gillis was there, a junior DB. They give him out almost to the 35. We'll call it a gain of 4. Bring up second down and 6 early here in the third. Tied at 15 after the first half of play. Again, the number 2 team in the Baltimore Sun preseason poll is the Archbishop Spalding Cavaliers, number 11, Concordia Prep. Both teams 1-0. Toss to the outside. It's incomplete. Intended for Hill. Well, that was a long pass to the far side.
Just overthrew him. He had him open there. Would have been a first down connection.
Bring up third and about 6 from the 34.
Actually, if you get that to Hill, Hill's got that explosiveness that probably goes for a little more than a first down. But we'll see what they got coming up here.
Hill with 2 long touchdowns in the early part of the year, at a 72-yarder last week from Jalen Harcum, and a 90-yard kick return today. Man in motion here is Harcum. Third down and 6 for Mister from his own 34.
Delay. Nope.
Oh, Harcum was zigzagging in motion back and forth. And that's one thing we've seen a little bit of, is the Concordia offense has had a little trouble getting set.
Yeah, I don't know if it's slow getting the plays in, or they changing the plays, or audible they signaling in what's causing the slowness, the miscommunication. These little 5-yard penalties are sometimes
they hurt.
They feel like 50-yard penalties. They're difficult to overcome.
They're like mosquito bites that fester, you know.
Here comes the blitz.
Third and 10 from the 30. Blitz pickup nicely. Gives Mister
First
some
down.
time, and he converts. Harcum on the receiving end for a pickup of 12, and it's a first down and 10.
Nice sliding catch. Nice play. Nice delivery.
Nice blitz pickup. I want to say it was 58. Daniel Kausler, the center, that picked up the blitz there and allowed Mister the time to complete that pass.
Yeah, I like to see, too, when Mister, there's no panic, just extends the play and then delivers the football. Interesting setup.
3-man front here for Spalding. Design run for
There
Mister.
he's-
Gets a block on the left side.
Oh.
Mister. Shoestring away, and a flag is down at midfield. But Mister was that close to breaking it all the way.
See what against Concordia.
That'll negate a 9-yard run on first down for Mister. Darian Hill was pleading his case.
He was. But unless it goes to court, it's unlikely that it's going to be overturned.
All right, so since this penalty occurred ahead of the line of scrimmage, it is a spot foul. And the foul was committed right where Mister went down at the Archbishop Spalding 49. So the 10-yard penalty moves it to the 41. And it brings up really first down and 10 again.
Yeah.
Here's Harcum on the reverse. Gets a nice little gain on first down to about the 45. Pick up a 4. They'll mark it at the 44, give them 3. Second down, and we'll call it 7. They need to get just inside the Spalding 49. Got 4 receivers. Here's some movement on the line.
That's an offside. Defense jump. Oh, no. The offense.
I think it's on the offense. But look at the formation,
Yeah.
Miles. They had 4 receivers on the right side.
I was watching the defense, and it looked like the defense had gone off sides, but I guess they were drawn off. I wasn't watching the offense.
That'll move it back to the 39, bring up second down and 13 for the Saints. They show blitz, they go blitz, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Hill, both ends rushed. They were bringing 5 on second and 13. That'll make it third and 13. Good defensive call there by Kyle Schmidt's team.
I'd roll Keyshawn Mister out here, try to create some space, and open a target up down the field.
They go 4 wide. Hill and Harcum to the near side. Montague now will come in motion here near side. Mitchell on the far side. Third and long here for Mister. They rush 5. Quick toss. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Montague. Big hit anyway from Trent Gillis. Made Harcum pay. 4th and 13 now from the Concordia 39 with 9:24 remaining in the half.
That was one of those plays that
I should say in the third.
In the modern game, you see flags sometimes after a hit like that. I like that kind of football, but the modern rules sometimes you do get that flag.
Mister's going to punt this one away, and it's blocked.
Goodness.
And another big special teams play here. And Archbishop Spalding, who recovered? It was Ethan Boston, number 8.
Right into his hands.
A sophomore linebacker. The ball was actually kicked into the backside of the up back. Kind of reminded me of the Mark Sanchez play.
Yeah. And then it just popped right in the – wow.
And so a big break here for
Huge.
Spalding. They take over at the Concordia 15-yard line. And they give us to the back Curtis on first down. Nothing doing on the left side. Cam Allen Jones on the stop. And Winchester was in the vicinity for Concordia. Second down and 10 from the 15. Spalding had a big stop deep in their territory defending their goal line in the first half. Let's see if the Saints can do the same. Washington, quick toss, complete. Curtis, 15 to the 10. Curtis breaks through. Curtis hit hard right at the goal line. But that is a pickup of about 14 yards, and that is good for a first and goal. But a flag is down.
Oh,
and it looks like Spalding is backing up.
Yeah.
Kyle Schmidt down on the field. You see him lower right. Referees will talk it over now. They're waving off the flag. No foul on the play. Kyle Schmidt won that one. The play stands at 14-yard gain for Curtis. It's first down and goal for Spalding from the Concordia 1. Well, they call it the 3. So we'll give him 12 on the play. So a fumbled snap on a punt early in the first quarter results in a Spalding touchdown. And here, a botched punt. And Spalding is knocking on the Concordia door at the 3-yard line. Guibe lined up here to the near side. They give it to Curtis. Curtis stretches towards the goal line. Does he have it? He does. Touchdown, Spalding.
Yeah, those are difficult situations to overcome when you put your defense on a really short field like that.
8:17 remaining in the third. Welch will come on for the point after from the hold of Plauger. The snapper is Carl Leffler, a junior. The officials talking it over, perhaps making sure that he broke the plane. And apparently he did not break the plane.
That's interesting, too. Usually that's something you wouldn't see brought back without replay.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You rarely see the officials talk it over like that and reverse.
Yeah, especially when one would have obviously called the touchdown because you saw them break the plane. So for another official to overrule is that's you don't see that very often at any level.
And it's interesting, the ball is not on the goal line either. It's about maybe a half a yard away. So I'm going to say that his knee was down before he stretched over. This time they give it to the big back. There'll be no doubt here. I don't believe that's Curtis. Let's see when they on pile. I want to say that was either 22 or 32 on the carry.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's hard to see from this corner right here.
And now Welch will try the point after. And Cooper Welch knocks it through, and it gives Spalding a 22-15 lead with 8:08 left to go in the third. Well, again, the special teams not able to execute the punt for Concordia, setting up Spalding deep in Saints territory. They convert on a 15-yard drive. 1-yard touchdown run, point after. 22-15 is our score.
Yeah, it's hard when you have a short field like that and you give your defense 15 yards to defend. At least when you get the punt off, even if it's a shorter punt, you got your defense 50 yards, 60 yards to go for a touchdown. But it's tough to defend against a team like Archbishop Spalding on a 15-yard field.
This is the third lead change in the game. There's been one tie as well. Back and forth, up and down. Welch will tee it up from the 40. Back deeper, Montague and Hill. Time on the clock here.
We assume it's correct.
We believe it's operational. Had a little bout with clockitis at the end of the first half, but we made it through. They do kick to Hill here. Picks it up at the 10.
Good block. Oh, we got a penalty.
Flag is down. Actually, this is returned by Leighton Curtis. Number 17 was back there. Curtis shy of the 30. Let's check out the flag. This is usually against the receiving team.
Never usually good on a kickoff.
A lot of laundry on that field today, Miles.
Yeah, it didn't start out that way, and then sort of picked up momentum.
They'll mark it off from the 30. It'll be a 10-yard penalty for holding. Well, let's see. Where do they mark it off from? That'll be the key. Looks like they're marking it off from the 27. I think a legal block in the back is the official call. 10 yards back to the 17.
First and 10. Concordia, 17-yard line.
This drive will start with 7:56 remaining in the third. Mister in the pistol. Start us off. Give right up the gut, big hit. Flowers in on that hit for Spalding, along with Kellen Flowers. Maybe they're brothers, Keyshawn and Kellen. The carry was by Harvey, number 10, who is back there along with Mister. So that's a little different, too.
Yeah.
You know, Montague has basically been split out today, not in the backfield. We've seen some Cornish. Now we're seeing some Harvey. Pass. Oh. Mitchell had it at the 25 and dropped it. That would have probably ended up with first down because he had some room to run.
Yeah, he was thinking about, he knew it. He was thinking about running before he secured the ball.
So Destin Mitchell, the big tight end, with the drop.
We are seeing a lot of different formations from the Concordia offense.
Saw some motion early with Harcum. Now Cornish is in the backfield with Mister. Here's Harcum in motion
Blitz
again.
again.
Mister going to take it.
Got
Mister's got a hole. Mister almost lost the ball, and he is close to the first down.